Hey pros, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today we're doing an alopecia weaving service on my client who has a case of female pattern baldness as well as scarred alopecia or scarring in the area where she has the alopecia. So before we started filming, I went ahead and did her relaxer because it definitely was time. So now we're going to go ahead and start doing her haircut just to kind of carve out her sides and her back. And she is actually not going to be covering the entire top. We are going to incorporate her hair into this style, and she's going to get kind of a style like what I would typically wear. You can call it spikes, you can call it a mohawk, you can call it whatever you want. But she definitely has more than enough hair to do this style in the top, along with us adding some extensions to give her coverage over that bald spot that we have going on up there. Now for her sides and back, I didn't have to do a ton of cutting. It was really more maintenance because she is a regular client of mine. And then her hair in the sideburn area definitely grew out really, really long. So we're going to cut that down and then carve out her sideburns later on. So you guys will be able to see that later on in the video. Now, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also thumbs up this video and share this video with your family and friends. Let them know to jump onto the Elite Hair Care page and subscribe. Now, for haircut purposes, I kind of do a number of techniques. Sometimes I do shears over comb. Sometimes I do it with my fingers. But it really just depends. It's on a case-by-case basis. So in her case, I decided today that I was going to incorporate about 60% of her crown with this style. So I didn't want to cover up everything, nor did I want to leave out too much. So I left out enough in the front that we could flip her hair in the front, and then also enough in the back that we would be able to cover her tracks. And then I went ahead and put the protectant base over her balding area, and I utilized her hair as also a added layer of protection over that area where she might have some hairs growing in, and we don't want to stagnate or hinder that process. So that is the reason why I incorporated some of her hair in the coverage for the bald spot, because that is going to add another layer of protection over those hairs as they grow in. Just because she has some scarring, that doesn't mean that hair cannot grow around the scarring. So, of course, my job is to protect the integrity of as much of her hair as possible. So that's the reason why I went ahead and only did a partial weave on her. Now, I did add some wrap paper over the top of her hair as well. And then, of course, we're going to do our silicone base. So she had, you can say 3 to 4 layers of protection. For those that want to get really technical, this would be considered 3 layers of protection. Okay. Now, once that area is covered, then we are going to go ahead and mold her crown area. The part that I'm going to leave out right between the occipital bone and the crown, that area I'm just going to kind of pin away. I'm not going to mold that area because I can't put that hair over the area that we're going to put the extensions. But everything else we went ahead and molded using our Elite Silk Wrap Foam. And that is going to leave the hair nice and soft, but lay it really, really well, and it doesn't flake or build up on the hair. Now for her sideburns, it's definitely important at this phase of the process that you go ahead and carve out your sideburns, even though we're going to be cutting some of that off. But you don't want to make your job any harder when it's time for you to style your hair. For those of you who have shortcuts or you've come to me and gotten a cut, you guys know that I'm very particular on my foundation, especially with short styles. And I'm adamant on telling you guys that you have to learn how to mold your own hair. You never know if a pandemic is going to happen again and you can't get to the salon. So my job is to make sure that you know how to care for your hair as best possible. Now for the front area, I just kind of combed it out and just made it lay slightly straight. I'm going to blow dry that area anyway, just to kind of straighten it out a little bit more. But if you notice, her crown area is somewhat texturized rather than fully relaxed. The reason being is I like to keep as much density in the crown as possible. Whereas on the sides and the back, I want the hair to be bone straight because that hair grows out super quickly. And if it's not bone straight, then you're really not going to get any type of longevity with your relaxer. Now her hair is dry. We did go ahead and put the last layer of protection on the area where she has the thinning. And as I watch my videos, you guys, I see my face as I'm doing my client's hair, and I have such a determined face. It kind of just looks upset. So I definitely have to work on my work face because I'm always so in tune, but my face is always scrunched up for some reason or another. You just start noticing things as you start filming videos, you guys, and you have to kind of critique yourself to know what you need to change. So I definitely have to start smiling a lot more. But when I'm doing hair, I have a determination in my mind to make this work. So yeah, okay. All right, so I sped up this part of the video for the laying of the extensions. If you are a licensed stylist in any part of the world and you are interested in becoming an affiliate of Elite Hair Care, that you are able to offer services to Elite Hair Care clients, please go to elitehaircareusa.com and sign up to become an Elite affiliate, because we're definitely looking for very talented stylists that we are able to refer clients to that are in need of services like this. And becoming an affiliate opens the door for you to actually do a class with myself so that I can teach you a lot of these techniques that you can utilize in your salon on potential clients. Now, before I went ahead and started the curling process, I used a little bit of our our Elite Masket to darken the area between the tracks and her hair. Now, what that is going to do is that is going to help hide the track. That's number one. Number two is going to make it appear seamless, so you don't know the difference between her hair and the extensions, except for the fact that it's extensions. But you'll see exactly what I mean. So for her style, we're really doing a flip style. It's kind of like it's a crystal style. This is definitely a style that I would wear. I love these kinds of styles. I like being able to be super creative. So I think this came out really, really well, which of course you guys will see the finished product shortly. It's me. It is me. Anyway. For her crown area, she does have extensions that we cut earlier on when I sped up the video. And then I'm just using the 1-inch H2 Pro flat iron to curl her and get her hair blended in with the extensions. The style itself is something where she doesn't have to do anything to the top. So it is going to be freeze or frozen in place. Let me say that the right way. It will be frozen in place, and you guys will see exactly what I mean. Typically, when you guys see me do my hair, I do this as well. For styles like this, you don't really want them to be soft. You want them to be nice and firm so that they last a long time. And all you have to do is cover your sides and your back with your scarf and go to bed. And then the top, you really don't have to do much of anything to. And that's how my client here, Chantel, that's how she likes her hair too. Like, she's just like me when it comes on to these styles. You want something that you don't have to get up and do anything to. And I'm one of those people where I just want to use my brush and go. First, when you have a shortcut, that is really the nature of the game, not having to do much of anything to your hair, because it is a short style and it's typically not something that you can manipulate over and over and over again. Now, while I am curling her hair, the spray that you guys see me using, I'm using a little bit of spritz, and then I also use some Goddess polish to help give her that shine as we were going through. It's heat activated, and it also has heat protectant properties in it as well. Now I'm carving out her sideburns. This is like an art, you guys. The sideburns is definitely an art. So it's something where it kind of goes on with the client's personality. Not all clients want long sideburns. Not all clients want short sideburns. So it, like I said, goes along with the personality of the client. The good thing with Chantel is she is so free spirit when it comes down to her hair. She's like, do whatever's pretty. And that's what we do. So what I'm doing now is just kind of combing her hair in place, and then I'm going to start the freeze process. So when I started the freeze process, I used a little bit of soft hold spritz first, and then I got my diffuser and just kind of locked it in place. Now, this particular spritz does not make the hair super hard. It just kind of just freezes it slightly, like a very mild freeze. And then I follow it up with some liquid crack, also known as Pump It Up. And Pump It Up is going to make that hair really, really firm, like freeze. Now, I don't like to use aerosol freeze sprays, like Got to Be Glue and that kind of thing, because they leave the hair white. I prefer my Pump It Up, and then I mix that with a little bit of Goddess polish just to kind of take away any whiteness. And it literally is like cracking a bottle, so I know that this hair is not moving. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video in regards to the style. I know some of you don't really get to see me do work like this, so this is really exciting to me. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please, please, please comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about the finished look. If you guys know my client here, her sideburns were literally gone, so her hair has definitely grown out where we're able to utilize her hair and cover those areas really well. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget to shop our 3-day anniversary sale.